Hi friends, Dr. Nancy Trimbley here, putting the power and knowledge of your health back in your hands. Today I'm going to do some boots on the ground report and also have some really good news based on a MedCram video, which is one of my YouTube subscriptions that just came out this past week. Boots on the ground report. I talk to a lot of people every day in my practice, and since I'm a healthcare provider, they report to me their experiences with COVID. If I haven't seen them in a while, maybe they got exposed, they want to tell me about it. So I've had a number of people over the last month or two which have reported that somebody in their family tested positive. For instance, one particular woman, her husband was due to go in for a routine medical procedure, and they do the routine COVID test, and he tested positive, and they have no idea where he got it from because they've been sheltering at home. She's been working, but really not going out at all. So therefore, she needed to stay home because she was in contact with him. Neither had any symptoms. Another scenario is a very similar case. Uh, Somebody that I know, his wife tested positive. She had a sniffle. She felt like she was coming down with a cold. She got tested. She tested positive. They checked in with my COVID favorites on what I recommend as far as supplements, etc., to handle things if COVID strikes. They both did that. She was resolved from symptoms in a couple of days. He never showed any, but still, they quarantined themselves for 2 weeks. And so she showed up as a positive number, and also that first story showed up as a positive number. One more story here, a boots on the ground story. This is from a friend of mine who does work in a facility, a full care facility for those with dementia. So their facility has people that half the time they don't know where they are, who their family is, and they came in, the state came in and tested their population of people. A full 50% of the population tested positive, with 16 residents that tested positive. So of course they had to take these people out of the general population and put them in different quarters. Saying that that was disorienting for these people is an understatement. Uh, from what I heard, one woman was so frantic about where she was, and also the fact that all of the people that were taking care of her were in full hazmat gear. She was extremely distressed, running around, screaming. This is very sad. So we have 16 people that test positive. The woman who works there and her team say, only one person is exhibiting symptoms here. Let's test everybody, again, with our own testing. So a couple of days later, after the positive test done by the state, they did their own testing in-house. Only one person showed positive, the woman with the symptoms. But still, following the guidelines, they had to keep everybody quarantined together, isolated away from general population. A week later, still, only one person has symptoms. And by the way, she recovered fully. They tested the whole population of 16 again. Only that one person tested positive. So this friend of a friend of mine said, I don't know about you and what your thoughts are, but I know that this facility gets money from the state if they have a positive test. So she was not testing the original test results done by the state. That's not my story. That's her story. These are just boots on the ground reports. So if you're still watching the media, if you're still listening, and you're looking at that ticker go by with all the numbers increasing, increasing, increasing at a pace that makes your heart beat faster, you might want to ask yourself, is this all the information there is? Does that ticker give me all the nuances of a positive case? I'm not asking. I have an idea, but maybe you should ask yourself. Couple of other stories. Couple other stories are related to, again, family of friends that unfortunately ran into a significant health issue and had to be put in a nursing home for a short time. And there are a range of issues going on with these three persons that I know that once they're in the nursing home, and should hopefully only be for a short time, none of the family can see them. This is horrible. These are elderly, these are sick people. Nobody can go in that loves them, that will nurture them. In one case, there's a language barrier. They can't the family cannot even get information on if she's getting water, getting fresh clothes, getting a shower. They cannot get that information. This is tragic. I'll be doing a future video to highlight a group in Georgia that is, I believe, got a lawsuit with the state of Georgia for this exact scenario that is affecting multiple families in that state. I will do a future video about that. So lastly, to make it all good news now, or some good news, is the MedCram video I watched this morning about travel. In no place on this video about current travel did it say that you needed to have proof of a vaccine to get on a plane. This is such good news. Now, you probably, maybe, need to supply proof of a negative COVID test. And if you want to travel overseas or to a resort, there are test sites available in these various countries. So I will show you this screen share. Let me screen share with you right now. I'm going to show this to you here. Let's see. And we are going to go to right here. So this is the MedCram video. It was released on February 25th, 2021, safe and convenient travel during a pandemic. And throughout the video, he talks about testing, about different websites to go to for information about different countries, whether they're safe to travel or not. And safety not only means COVID, but it also means safety as far as crime. He mentions a few things to do while you're on the plane, which I have always taught. I've always been a proponent of safe travel, whether it's safety for your physical and structural well being or your immunity and making sure that you're not running into a germ when you're on the way to a very exciting and expensive vacation, and which can be completely destroyed by catching anything, catching a flu or a virus or anything like that. So that video of mine is on my YouTube channel, which if you are a subscriber, and even if you're not, you can find it. And it's called Plane Travel Tips. So I'm going to stop my screen share right now. And I will tell you, I am always here inviting you to take back your knowledge and your power over your health so you may get your greatest joy out of life. Bye for now.